Hello everybody, a warm welcome to all of you and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're going to talk about wool coats and I'm going to be sharing 5 tips on how you can have the best shopping experience if you're looking at investing in a wool coat. Now the word investing, I say it very lightly because what I consider an investment, somebody else may not consider it that way. However, I feel like a good wool coat is definitely an investment. It's something that you want to last years and years, and you also want this coat to be good quality so it can protect you from the cold. But before we get into the video, if you like this sort of content, please make sure to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss any future video from myself, and also follow me on my other social media platforms where I'm a lot more active. And let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're going to look at 5 steps that I implement myself every time I go shopping. So step number 1 is going to be budget. Number 2 is going to be style. Number 3 is length. Number 4 is color. And number 5 is fabric composition. So we're going to start with number 1, of course, and that is budget. This is like a key step, is to budget how much you can afford to spend on a coat. And for whatever budget, the amount that you put aside that you're able to afford, look for the best quality coat that you're able to find. You could put aside 100 pounds, 150, 500 pounds, whatever your wallet is able to afford. I feel like if I'm going to say, oh, you need to buy this coat, this is the only coat that's going to keep you warm, I'm not taking into account that not everybody has the same availability in money or possibility to buy something that I personally like and vice versa. But whatever budget I put aside, I look within that budget the best quality item that I'm able to get. Okay, so moving right along to step number 2, and that is going to be style. What type of coat are you looking for? Are you looking for a double-breasted coat, a single-breasted coat, oversized? Do you like patterns within your coat? Do you want a belted coat? It's super important to narrow down the style of coat that you want so that your brain doesn't start looking at other things and you start thinking, oh, maybe I should go for that one. I prefer double-breasted or single-breasted and a little bit more masculine, but what style do you prefer? That's what you should be looking at. Okay, so number 3 is going to be length. What length are you looking for in a coat? Now, this could be together with style, but I think the length is something completely separate at the same time, because some people like really long coats in the winter, like myself. Some people like mid-cuff lengths, and some people like it short. So what length are you looking for? We all come in different heights. Our body shapes are different. From budgeting to style and length, you already are narrowing it down a little bit so you don't have way too many options and feel overwhelmed. Okay, so tip or step number 4 is going to be color, which I also think it's quite subjective because we all have different color palettes. I personally like neutrals, somebody else may like pastels, somebody else may like bolder colors or maybe even patterns within their color palette. So choosing the right color is going to be a lot easier to navigate because, again, you're going to narrow it down to only the color that you want. And remember, when you choose an investment piece such as a wool coat that is going to cost a little bit higher than normal, let's say, you want the color to be perfect so you can reach for that coat year after year. You don't want to buy yellow if you don't like colors. You don't want to go for pastel because maybe it's going to wash you out. You don't want to go for black because maybe it's too heavy for you. Try and choose a color that not only suits your skin tone, your hair, but also your color palette. I think this is super important so that you gravitate towards that piece year after year. And last but not least, we have one of the most important steps, which is fabric composition. I left this one for last because after you go through all of the previous tips, This is where now you know how much you'll be able to afford when it comes to fabric composition. What does that actually mean? If your budget is lower, the fabric composition is not going to be the best. You're more than likely looking at 40% wool, 60% polyester or acrylic, or you're looking at 55 or 52% wool and the rest is all synthetic fibers. If your budget is higher, you have ample space to play when it comes to fabric composition. Anything lower than 70%, I personally don't think it's worth investing in, especially if you live in a place that winters are very, very harsh. Here in London, winters are actually mild compared to, I don't know, maybe Canada, and it still gets really, really cold. Like I find it super cold here. But I think if you're looking for something that is going to keep you warm, the minimum or the lowest you should go when it comes to natural fibers should be only 70%. So we've reached the end of another video. I do hope that you've enjoyed it. I have conversations like this with my friends. I always give them recommendations of things that I think would be more beneficial for them in terms of items that they're adding to their wardrobe. So if you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave me a comment below and also share your experience. What do you do when you go shopping? What things do you look out for when you go shopping? And again, if you've enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any future videos from myself, and also follow me on my other social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram, where I'm a lot more active. And if you want to know where my things are from, if I post a reel on here, 9 times out of 10 has already been posted and listed on my LTK, so make sure to head on over there. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.